Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in KITZUR, Erev Shabbos, the laws of Bishul, and we are focusing in on Shehiyah, what you're allowed to leave on the stovetop or the oven or the like. Yom Tov shechal be'erev Shabbos. What if Yom Tov falls out on Erev Shabbos, which means that you are allowed to cook officially on that Yom Tov, but you have to have everything finished before Shabbos begins. Erev Shabbos shechal be'Yom Tov shayne mishar arvei Shabbos. When you have Erev Shabbos, that is a Yom Tov, so it's different than all other Erev Shabbos of the year. On every other Erev Shabbos, you're allowed to leave a pot that is not cooked completely on the stove. If it's covered. But if you have Yom Tov falling on Erev Shabbos, then we are makpid, we are strict. The best possible way, the food should be already cooked before Shabbos begins. Even if you put it onto a flame that is covered. However, in the case of necessity, you could be mekel, you could rely upon those lenient opinions. There really is no difference between this Erev Shabbos and any other Erev Shabbos. What's the chashash? The concern is that just like we saw that you're allowed to cook on Yom Tov, we're afraid you're going to end up cooking now on Shabbos as well, and therefore we're machmir, we're strict to make sure that everything is cooked already beforehand. But you could, in a case of necessity, rely upon those lenient opinions that it's okay. It appears that with water, if it was heated up a little bit before Shabbos, everybody would agree. Over there, you can leave it as it is. Next part. How to be careful with a pot that the food is not yet cooked. You're not allowed to take anything that's from a pot that's on the fire, if, in fact, it did not finish cooking yet. Because if you remove something that's in the pot, that can cause everything else that's in there to start cooking faster. And therefore, even if you put this pot on a flame that is covered, don't take anything out of there unless you know that it's completely cooked. So to water that's not yet heated up completely, the same problem is going to exist. We don't want to make it that when you remove some of the mass that's in there, it makes everything else with the fire that's still going cook faster. So too in if you open up the door of the oven, and you see that the food is not yet cooked, you have to be very careful if you're allowed to close it or not. You're speeding up, hastening the cooking process. That's why maybe many people have the custom. People don't even leave on the covered flames. They don't leave food at all on the fire before Shabbos if it's not cooked completely. So that they should not come at the time that they want to take food from the pot, to come to the chashash, the probability or the concern that maybe you're going to end up doing bishul. So he says, even though we learned up until this point, you could do such a thing, leave the uncooked food on the fires that are covered and the like. Nevertheless, he says, many people don't do that at all. They don't want to come to a situation where maybe they're going to end up removing some of the food and it's going to speed up the bishul process of some of the food that's in there. And therefore, it's better just to have everything completely cooked before Shabbos if you are able to do such a thing. Have a wonderful day.